Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes' Tottenham blog and to another episode of Transfer Talk. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a few of the developments in the transfer window in the last 3 or 4 days, including Tanguy Ndombele and Clarke. So before I get started into the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you. So to start, we have finally heard from the Lyon side of things with regards to the Tanguy Ndombele transfer. According to Sky Sports News, Lyon have said they are willing to accept a bid of £63 million for the midfielder. Now, in the same report, Sky also said that we're not actually close to agreeing a deal with Lyon for the player, but it is a bit of an advancement with the dealings that Lyon are open to selling the player, even though it is for such a high transfer fee. Now, Ndombele is currently on holidays after the international break at the end of the season, and he's expected to make a decision on his future when he does come back. But he was interviewed recently, and he was talking about how Tottenham is a club that appeals to him, and he was saying they're a big club, they're a great team, and he was looking at our achievements last season, in that we finished in the top 4, made the Champions League final, that we are a big club that a lot of players will be interested in joining. As for the transfer fee, £63 million for a player who was signed by Lyon for such a small fee last year, it's a massive jump, but it's one that he will probably be worth. I mean, £63 million, over 20 million more than our transfer record, which he paid for Sanchez. It's hard to see Levy paying that fee, but it kind of feels like we're in a period now where he knows he has to up his game really, and he has to start bringing out these high transfer fees if he does want, first of all, to keep Pochettino, but second of all, to have a team that can push on and win silverware and sort of make his investment worth it and getting a lot of money back into the club, prize money and all that stuff. I don't know if that is something that will happen this window. Obviously, it's something that every party in the deal is interested in. Tottenham want to buy, Lyon are willing to sell for the right fee, and as Ndombele said, he's willing to join Tottenham to better his career. So it'll be interesting to see how this one unfolds. I'd love to sign him. As I said in one of my last videos, he's almost an improvement on Dembele, that he can do everything that Moussa Dembele could, but he also has that passing ability where he can spread the ball wherever he wants to. He can play it forward, and he's not just kind of keeping the play in the middle of the park as Dembele kind of did a lot unless he dribbled forward. So I do hope to see Ndombele signing before July 8th is when Pochettino wants the signings in. The way this one is going, maybe it won't be done by that time, but hopefully it will be done before the window closes. Now, next up, Giovanni Lo Celso. There's been a few updates on that in the last couple of days. He has said that he does want to work with Pochettino. He's from the same area of Argentina as our manager, and it's something that he does want to do, and apparently he has said that to Real Betis, that moving to Tottenham is something he wants to do. Now, obviously, Betis signed him for £20 million from PSG in April, and they instantly put an £88 million release clause into his contract. However, again, Sky Sports are saying Giovanni Lo Celso will only cost Tottenham about £70 million. Real Betis aren't going to hold out for that release clause. They'll happily sell him for £70 million, which again is a hell of a lot of money, especially for Daniel Levy. So it's kind of the same in Ndombele. I'd love to see it happen, and we might be in an era in our club where this could be the beginning of us signing players like this for these high transfer fees. But it may not happen because of Daniel Levy. But he needs to step up at this stage. He needs to. We've been so close these last 3 or 4 years to making that step to step into Europe's elite. I mean, obviously we made the Champions League final, but that was a bit of a freak season. And if we stay as we are for the next couple of years, we can't really see that happening again. But we just been so close to making that step. Finished second in the league one season, third in the league another season. And we need to start winning trophies, and our squad just seems to be 1 or 2 additions away from making that step. And with Pochettino, if we can keep him as our manager, it's only a matter of time before we do make that step, as long as Daniel Levy puts the money into the club that he needs to. So it's really agonising kind of watching us the last couple of seasons when we've been so good and we've been playing such good football, but we just haven't been able to make it into that kind of last level where we do go on and win something. So hopefully this is the window that Daniel Levy realises that, and he puts the money into the club, and we see some trophies coming in the next couple of seasons. So finally, there's the latest on Clarke, the Leeds winger that we've been linked to since the start of the window, and a bit back in January as well. Some bookmakers have actually suspended betting on Clarke joining the club. There hasn't been much in terms of media reporting it in the last couple of weeks. It was at the start of the window. It was a very prominent news feature that we were looking into signing him. The talk was we'd be signing him for about £20 million and then loaning him back to Leeds for next season, and then bringing him into the club the season after that. Football.london, they're reporting that negotiations are still ongoing, but they're nowhere near the advanced stages that are being suggested in some departments. In terms of him going back to Leeds, it's a possibility, but the higher the transfer fee is, the less likely Tottenham are to send him back on loan to Leeds. So that's coming from Football.London, who've been a really reliable source for Tottenham news, especially transfer news in the last couple of years. Jack Clarke, I spoke about a lot in my first video. He's a player I would love to see at the club. You know, a young English player, which is exactly what Pochettino wants. And we need to improve the amount of homegrown players we have in the club, and adding that bit of youth, which is what Pochettino wants. He's looking to sign players 23 and under. So he kind of ticks every box in terms of what Pochettino is looking for. But again, it's getting that deal done before the 8th of July, which is absolutely crucial to getting him into the team, into the squad, if he doesn't get loaned back to Leeds. As well, I said in my first video, the idea of him getting loaned back to Leeds would probably depend a lot on Marcelo Bielsa, because at the time his future was in a bit of doubt. But Bielsa now is staying at Leeds for next season. So if Clarke does get loaned back to his current club, it would be good either way if he does or he doesn't, because Bielsa, of course, the inspiration for Pochettino in his managerial career and the style of football that he plays. So Clarke would be getting a lot more first team football than he would at Tottenham, but playing in a very similar style, and it couldn't be bad. I mean, of course, if we sign a player, we love to bring him in and get him into the team as quickly as possible. But in a similar way that Dele Alli did, that extra couple of months at a lower level at the team he's used to playing in did him the world of good. I mean, who would have thought Dele Alli would become as good a player as he is as quickly as he did? So Clarke, if he does go back, it could be better than him coming straight into the club. So I do hope we sign him. But again, because we haven't signed a first team player for so long, it feels like every rumour that's there, it's like, oh, we want him, we want to sign him. So we just feel like we need to make at least one signing just to get back into that motion of bringing players in, and yeah, of course, letting players go as well. But he could be a good player to kind of break the stock that we're in the transfer window. And you know, he obviously wouldn't be a first team player straight away if he did stay, but he's a really exciting player. He's so good, and his potential is, I mean, he could be as good as he wants to be, especially working in a system with like Tottenham's, the training facilities we have and the coaching team that we have. So Clarke apparently is a deal that could be announced in the next couple of days, but I mean, I wouldn't hold my breath, because at the end of the day, it is Tottenham we're talking about here. And there's been nothing from real official channels about that deal being done. But you know, hopefully it will get over the line, if it's in the next couple of weeks or just until the start of August, who knows. Put down in the comments below what you think of Jack Clarke, and if you'd like to see him at the club, and whether or not you think it's a realistic thing that could happen this window. So that's all we have for the video today. As I said, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.